Hey third graders, so today we're going to look at elapsed time and how to solve elapsed time using a number line. Okay, we talked about how to use a T-chart in the last video, and a lot of the strategy is still the same, but instead of having vertical columns that we're calculating time by, we're going to put it on a number line. In fact, I'm going to use the same problems that we used in the last video so that we can relate the two together. Now, unlike many number lines, the number line that we'll use for time is going to work a little differently than the number lines that we use in the classroom to either add or subtract or even to do some early multiplication strategies with. But it still is a number line that just shows times instead of using whole numbers. Okay? So you'll remember our first problem was that David starts his homework at 3:30 and finishes at 5:15. How many minutes did David work? On my number line, and I've actually, for this video, I've drawn my clocks a little bit cleaner and neater, and those tools are just for me to help visualize what's happening on a clock as we go along. I'm going to put 3:30 over on the left-hand side because that's the time he started with, and I'm going to put 5:15 on the other end of my number line. Okay? Now, we're calculating how many minutes did David work. And we can do it in different ways. Just like we use the T-chart with two different intervals, we can use our number line for intervals that we're comfortable with. I'm going to use half-hour intervals because I'm super comfortable with the 30-minute half-hour interval. And then I'm going to move this last one in because it's not quite the same. Great. So I know that a 30-minute jump from 3 to 4 o'clock is 30 minutes. I know I can do that again to get to 4:30. I know that I can do that one more time to get to 5 o'clock. And then from 5 to 5:15, that's just a smaller 15-minute hop. From there, instead of adding in a vertical algorithm, we're going to use a horizontal algorithm. Add horizontally. 30 plus 60, or excuse me, 30 plus 30 is 60. 60 plus another 30 is 90. 90 plus 15 is 105 minutes. He spent 105 minutes on his work. You in your work may need to go ahead and add it like this. That's just another way that we organized our thinking. And that worked just as well. Okay? Let's look at the second problem from the last video. Jack worked at his STEM project, for 55 minutes. If he started at 10:25, what time did he finish? Great. I know my start time. It's 10:25. But what I don't know is my end time. So to use that, let's just make some interval jumps for ourselves using this number line. I know that I need 55 minutes. I know my first jump, just like yesterday, that's going to be a 5-minute jump. It gets me to a nice solid number. 10:30. Okay? I got 50 minutes left that I got to account for. I might then like 10-minute jumps. Maybe I'm not comfortable with doing larger jumps. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. 5 times 10, here's those 50 minutes. Okay? I'm going to add this up, make sure I got 55 minutes. Sure enough, it is 55. Now I just have to figure out what the time would be. 10:30 plus 10 would be 10:40. 1040 plus 10 would be 1050. Let me fix my plus sign right there. 1050 plus 10, remember, if I have 1050, when I get back around, that's the next hour. 11 o'clock plus 10. 10 plus 10 is 11:20. And just like in yesterday's video, Jack finished at 11:20. Okay? Now, what if I don't want to what if I'm good with larger jumps? Okay? 10:25. I know I need 55 minutes. Great. I'm going to do a 5-minute jump to get me to 10:30. I know 30 minutes gets me to 11 o'clock. I may have to do a little bit of math. (55 minus 35 equals 20). And then I know I need 20 more minutes, so then a 20-minute jump will get me to 11:20. My interval and scale might not be the most exact as I'm drawing out by hand. Remember, it is a tool to calculate. What's important is that we use math to arrive at the right answer, not that our interval is perfectly spaced if you're drawing it out by hand all the time. Okay? Let's look at one more. I'm actually going to let you pause the video and sort this one out, because I think it's important that you apply a strategy in an unfamiliar way. Roxanne went running for 35 minutes. She finished at 9:20. What time did she start? So instead of a start time, we have a finish time and how far she ran. What do you think you would do? I'm going to give you a hint. It involves going backwards. So pause the video, see what you can come up with, and when you have an answer, click play again, and then check it against what I'm going to show you. You can pause the video now, and I'm going to do the robot. Is it paused? Assuming that you paused the video, let's work backwards. I have 35 minutes that I need to work back from. So, 9:20, nice easy number to move back from. I can go backwards to 9 o'clock. Well, that's 20 minutes. Which means I have 15 minutes left that I need to think about. Well, if I move backwards from 9, I'm going to do a 10-minute jump. 10 minutes backwards is 8:50. And now I'm going to do a 5-minute jump to get to 8:45. 20 plus 10 is 30, plus 5 is 35. I got all my 35 minutes. So if she finished her run at 9:20, she would have had to start at 8:45. I hope you can use these strategies when you're working on your problems for your teachers. Have a great day. We'll see you next time.